I think it happened.
We're back again.
Hey, welcome back to Call It in the Ring. I'm Kevin
Ding,
Kittredge, Mr. Johnny Parker.
Good to see everybody.
Thanks for joining us. We're 3 days away from the greatest Royal Rumble. I don't know what I think about this.
What do you mean?
I mean, it's crazy. It's 50 guys.
Yeah.
And only guys, because women are not allowed in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia to be on stage.
And not only that, though, but it's 50. And the crazy thing about it is, though, it's on at 9 a.m. on the West Coast and noon on the East Coast.
You know what I really liked growing up? Cool Whip. I really liked Cool Whip. And I would sometimes, Mom and Dad would buy it, and a little container, I'd take a little spoonful. Get it, and I was like, oh, this is so good. This is so good. Maybe get a couple more. One night, I ate an entire container of Cool Whip.
Of Cool Whip?
And when it was done, I was like, this shit is terrible. This is too much. And if they Cool Whip my Royal Rumble, I'm going to be really sad because I love the Royal Rumble.
But you know what? I would say that they have a good chance to Cool Whip the Royal Rumble. Because if you think about Cool Whip, to use your analogy, you think about like you get Cool Whip, what do you put it on? You put it on like apple pie. You put it on something. And so as you're eating the Cool Whip, you're also getting like that other reward as well. You're getting like, oh, that apple taste, that cake taste. You're getting that mixed together. It just kind of enhances the whole experience. But I mean, just eating Cool Whip by yourself, you got tired of it, you got sick of it. And same thing with this Royal Rumble, because we have a Royal Rumble with no prize. It's like after going through the Royal Rumble, being the Iron Man, beating 50 other men to win, when you get a trophy, it's kind of pointless in a way. It's like, why? Just bragging rights? In that case, just call it bragging rights, another pay-per-view. But so what is the point of winning the greatest Royal Rumble?
I will say, I think someone brought up a good point on Reddit, where I'm always going to Reddit. And someone said if maybe it'd be fun if a legend got it. Like if Hacksaw Jim Duggan came back, the winner of the first Royal Rumble, and he won that, it'd be a neat little thing that I don't know though. I can't.
Because it's almost like the Andre the Giant Battle Memorial. It's like you win it, but it's like what exactly happens if you win it? It's like Mojo Rawley won it last year. What exactly does that do for him? It's like you get like a little push. Like what exactly does that lead to?
Yeah.
But it's happening.
It is happening.
9 a.m.
9 o'clock Eastern time. It's gonna be. Or, I'm sorry, 9 o'clock
a.m.
Pacific,
and then 12 p.m. Eastern time.
Noon Eastern, yeah.
So during lunch, check it out, see how things are going.
Well, I remember we had talked last month. Sometimes I get ideas in my head, and I just like, this would be a great idea. Let's have us do a live stream of us watching it, and then it's gonna be like with the pre-show, it's like 6 hours.
Yep.
We're not doing that.
No, we have jobs.
We have to eat.
Yes. Bills need to be paid.
So hey, everybody enjoy it where you are when you watch it. I don't know if I'm going to be working on Friday, so it will be nice. It will be a nice little thing to do.
That's true. It will be kind of weird watching wrestling while eating eggs. Like
9 in the morning.
Pancakes. Oh, body slam. Good stuff.
Okay, so we're going to go over Raw. We're going to go over Smackdown. Raw, of course, starts with a little tribute to Bruno Sammartino, who passed away this past week. And Mr. Sammartino was a bit before my time, your time, I'm sure. Dave Meltzer, in his online tribute, or his Wrestling Observer tribute to Mr. Sammartino, there's one thing that he said that really stuck out to me, and I think you saw I posted it. It's where when Bruno came back to WWE after so long of being out of the business, and he had these great opportunities to make a whole bunch of money doing appearances, this, that, the other thing. He had a couple of things that were important to him. First of all, he needed to be home every night if possible. And the thing that really hit me was if it was on Saturday, he had to be home in time to have dinner at his favorite restaurant with his wife, because they had that dinner date every Saturday night. Saturday night they went to their favorite restaurant and had dinner. And I just thought that was really sweet, and I think it said a lot about him.
No, I remember that too. I agree. Like it was one of those like genuine human moments, which really showed you that despite the fame, despite selling out Madison Square Garden over 100 times, despite all the accomplishments he had, he was still just a humble guy who just appreciated like the little things. And like it was kind of cool. Like the WWE tribute they did gave me more information about him. Like I had no idea that like he was in like World War II hiding from Nazis, and then came to America, immigrated and whatnot. And like we talk about a lot of times about like the American dream, but he truly was like the American dream. He came over here, worked hard, made some of himself, and rose like these like highest of heights, where he like was a celebrity that knew celebrities, where he met Arnold Schwarzenegger, where he met like some of the biggest celebrities of his time. So it's kind of an amazing story.
And truly inspirational to many people during his time. Mm-hmm. So, Mr. Sammartino, wherever you are, kudos. Kudos. Mm-hmm. How condescending is that? Kudos.
Kudos.
Sorry.
Kudos on your greatness.
So let's go through here. Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar come out, and they do a thing. Of course I love Paul Heyman. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But how many times can he go out and hype the same match? It's not his fault.
No.
Reigns and Lesnar again. This time in a cage. Mm-hmm. I wasn't terribly enthralled.
Not at all. I agree with you. I was kind of bored.
It's not Heyman's fault.
No, I would agree with you. As I was watching, I was like, Paul Heyman is amazing on the mic. Like, in fact, he's the one who teaches other wrestlers like my skills. Like, his promo ability is amazing. In fact, when he's a commentator, he was my favorite commentator. Like, the insights and the way he would get you jazzed up was amazing. But the problem with this, though, as you just said, he has nothing to hype up because it's something he's hyped up about 3 or 4 times already. And the fact is like, the audience is sick of it, he's sick of it, and it feels like even the writers are sick of it because the way this whole promo played out was Roman comes down to the ring and says, blah, 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 this time is going to be different, blah, 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 and it leaves the ring. I'm like, wait, is that it? Like, seriously, that's it? That is the promotion for this match? For the Universal Championship? This is what we're getting? This is what we're doing the send-off show? And then that's all we see of Roman and Brock for the rest of the night. And I was like, man, that's lazy. Like, that's just sad. It's like WWE is gonna see their own product at this point.
It reminds me, just seeing, and the fact that it's a steel cage match. I may have mentioned this on the show before, but one of my favorite Paul Heyman moments is when he was managing Brock Lesnar against The Undertaker 15 years ago, whatever it was, 10 years ago. And it was in a Hell in a Cell. And I remember Paul Lee at ringside yelling into the cage, Brock! Don't lose! And then towards the end of the match, Brock! You're losing! Some of the funniest shit. And he's not even going to be there.
Nope. Yeah, it's kind of sad too. Like, I mean, I give it credit. This match could have had like a lot of juice going forward, but the problem with it is though is that like it's kind of unearned. Like, Roman cut this whole promo about a month ago where he's going about, like, he's Vince's boy. He's Vince's boy. He gets to do the things that other people do. He doesn't show up to work and blah, blah, blah. I'm here, blah, blah, blah. But the thing about this is, at the end of the day, Roman is Vince's boy. And we see that in so many different ways. Instead of him having to earn this match, instead of having to do something to get to this level, he's just given another championship opportunity and a steel cage, and it's like, why? What did you even do to earn it? Like, we kind of missed some great storytelling possibilities right here. Like, they could have done it like on the last couple of Raws where it's like, okay, we're going to have a #1 contenders match. We're going to do like a gauntlet type deal, and then the winner gets to challenge Brock Lesnar in the match we're choosing or whatever. And then that could have been a cool thing for Roman. Then he goes through and wins it, and he announces, cool, but you know what? This time it's going to be my terms. This time we do it in a steel cage. It's like, oh, Roman's serious, but it kind of feels like they dropped the ball right here to do some really good storytelling with him, and it just feels very lazy. Like, I'm not excited for this cage match at all.
You know what's the cruel and warped thing about this? Is that there are probably like kids like 9 to 12 years old who are watching this and going, that's messed up, that Brock is Vince's guy. They believe it. They're like, he has favoritism towards Brock Lesnar. That's messed up. When it's not. It's obviously the other way around.
It is. Yeah, I feel bad for those children. They must be doing Common Core math.
I heard that Common Core isn't as bad as people make it out to be.
Actually, it's not. I'm a teacher, so actually, it actually works out pretty fine.
Because it's trying to figure out why this answer is this way, not just memorizing it. Right?
Exactly. It's all about critical thinking and English math, and it's all about understanding why the answer is the answer, so that way you can understand to a deeper level. It's pretty much trying to give students the options to be engineers and like doctors and scientists in the future.
That's all.
So it is just dope, especially for English too. Like, helps develop his readers' rights. But wait, what are we doing? Wrestling, body slams. What's next?
Did we just turn heel on the audience by supporting Common Core?
I think we did. We're going to be losing the chat now.
Bobby Roode. No, first of all, I did not actually watch most of Raw, and I didn't watch any of SmackDown. So I'm just going. I always go to 411mania.com, wrestling, and I just go through the rundown. So if there's obviously.
I watched it, so if there's anything that we're missing, I'll fill in the gaps.
Excellent, excellent. Bobby Roode faced Elias.
Skip it. Next.
Wow. Okay.
All right, but no. So
but Elias beat him though.
Yeah, Elias beat him, and it was kind of like one of those like heel tactics where he pulled his arm on the rope and managed to rope him and get the pin, everything like that, really quickly. But it was kind of boring. Like, I mean, they're both great competitors, but I mean, like, there's no reason behind the match. They just kind of threw it together. So it was just kind of like, why is this happening? What's the storyline here? So, and we know Elias is a heel, but now he's about to go against Bobby Roode, which honestly disappoints me because we've talked about this before. Bobby Roode shouldn't be is Bobby Hill. He's an amazing heel. And the problem with this is that by you having him as this face, it doesn't make any sense. Like when he came out, like you remember back when he was in NXT and he came out and the audience was singing glorious. They were excited. Even when it was like you were going through that run 6 months in, they were still excited for it. But lately, it's been kind of dying down. Because he has nothing to do. He's not involved in anything. There's no storytelling, so you don't feel invested in the character anymore. And so Bobby Roode is just showing up smiling like he's Finn Balor, and it's kind of getting annoying. So he's just showing up for no reason.
Now, here on 411, they're calling Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt the Woken Warriors. They're doing it on TV too, or is that there's something they're making up because it's fun and the fun nickname? Have they said that on television?
Well, they haven't said it on television yet. I don't think. I didn't hear like commentators kind of like it's kind of like glare over it now, glance over it. But I've heard that in other chat rooms as well. We call the Woken Warriors.
All right.
Actually, no, they did call them the Woken Warriors on TV.
Did they?
Yeah, I think they called them a couple weeks ago.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Anyway, they beat the Ascension, which surprise.
I didn't see that coming.
It's weird because, you know, the Ascension just got over there too, and it's like, okay, here's your fresh start. Okay, you're going to lose to these guys.
Yeah, welcome. Come job for us. Come job.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess they probably already just given up on these guys. Huh?
I think so. I think we're just waiting for their contracts to run out. I mean, granted, they are doing some good stuff with the fashion police when they're allowed to, but right now they're just not utilizing their good tag teams. Like them on the Revival are just on the sidelines not doing anything. And it was kind of interesting as well. We just had the Authors of Pain debut. The Authors of Pain show up. They beat another tag team 2 weeks in a row. And then this week, they're not even on the show.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like, aren't you supposed to be trying to give these guys a push? So, yeah, WWE's dropping the ball with their tag team division severely. Well, Raw is.
The Sammy and Kevin show.
Which was amazing.
I love these guys.
Saves every time.
And I saw the YouTube version of this that WWE put out, and I think my favorite part, okay, well I have two favorite parts.
Go right ahead.
Favorite part A. Okay, I'll go to favorite part B because it's on the screen. Sammy's glasses. Oh, amazing. Amazing. I love it. And favorite part A is the fact that they have these wonderfully cushiony looking chairs and that desk, and their guest gets a lawn chair.
Oh my God, it was so good. It was so good. It was so hilarious. Like I was dying laughing. When they go underneath the table and they pull out the lawn chair for him, I'm like, oh, okay, but Kurt won't sit it. Kurt's actually going to sit in it too. Oh, this is amazing. This is amazing. And I agree with you. I love that whole gimmick right there, that whole bit when Sammy puts his glasses on again, just like he did with the email last week. And he's like looking through, he's like, I missed something here. 6 kids? 6 kids? And he's like, oh, you forgot Jason Jordan. He said, oh, that's not a big deal. Kurt forgot about him for years. And it's like, whoa. And so that, and I got to give them credit. They're great heels because we all find that Jason Jordan, like him being Kurt's son, to be kind of ridiculous. But they actually say, oh, low blow. We're like, wait, he's obviously not his son, but you're going to even kind of care about it there for a minute. Sammy and Kevin are doing Lord's work right now. They are amazing.
Now, Sammy and Kevin are in the Royal Rumble, right?
I think, well, it's 50 people, so I think even me and you are probably in the Royal Rumble. But I think they are, yeah.
Okay. Because I never saw that they were put in, but Kurt brings up, he's like, hey, just so you know, Daniel Bryan, who hates you, is going to be in the Royal Rumble. Chris Jericho is going to be in there. He hates you. And Shane McMahon also. I don't know if he mentioned it in this promo, but I guess Shane McMahon is in the Royal Rumble. The greatest Royal Rumble. Royal Rumble 1.5.
And then later on that night, Kurt announces in that same part that later that night they're going to have a match against Bobby Lashley and
that's right.
Braun Strowman. Which they get upset about, and then Kurt leaves the U-Suck. And it's actually like, I'm actually kind of excited to see this match.
Now, we've talked about Mr. Strowman before, and as much as I personally don't need him, but I don't hate him like I do Roman. And I think it makes sense. I remember back in the day, a couple of years in a row, I'd be like, who's gonna win? Who are they gonna push to win WrestleMania this year? And I always wanted it to be somebody new. And I think it should be Strowman. I think Strowman should win the Universal title at WrestleMania just because he has organically gotten over with the crowd. And like I say, even as much as I don't care for him, I acknowledge that he's hot. The kids love him, and the grown-ups love him.
Yeah, like I agree with you. Like I love Strowman. Like think about this, he's hilarious. Like his in-ring ability is actually really good. Like
I don't want him to be hilarious.
Well, let me go through it first. Like his in-ring ability is amazing. Like unlike the usual big guy moves, like I'm just gonna beat you up, choke slam you, beat you down, or whatever. He's actually really athletic. He can run pretty quickly. He has that running drop kick he does, which is like freaking ridiculous. Yeah. It low key reminds me every time I look at it. It reminds me of the Godzilla drop kick that guys used to do. He would jump and just fly across.
Oh man,
it's like the exact same thing. I'm like, look at him go!
They got the Superman punch. They should call that the Godzilla drop kick.
They should. It's hilarious. And when he does it with both feet, I'm like, this is amazing. And so he's got that going for him. Two, he's got his own catchphrase now with "Get these hands," and he's got it over.
People just chant it.
Get these hands, which is awesome. And then actually, I don't mind the hilarity part of it because I think that's the reason why The Rock was such a huge superstar. Is because The Rock could he had the in-ring ability, but he could also get your emotions going. He can make you laugh, get you angry, make you get excited for him and whatnot. And Braun Strowman, he knows how to get the crowd behind him and laughing with him at the same time he's doing stuff. Like for example, can we jump forward to that Bobby Lashley?
Sure.
Kevin Owens. So Bobby Lashley is tagging with Braun Strowman against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The whole match, Kevin and Sami are working on Bobby. They're working on Bobby. They're working on Bobby. Bobby would get a little bit of offense going, but then they would cheat, do some tags that work on Bobby, work on Bobby. He finally gets the hot tag. And once he gets the hot tag, you think, okay, Braun's going to hop in the ring, right? No. He jumps down to the outside, runs around the ring, bumps into Kevin Owens, knocks the mess out of him, and then jumps in the ring, does a move on Sami, jumps out the ring again, runs back and runs Kevin over a second time. When you're like, what is he doing? And so this is hilarious and powerful. Gets in the ring, does another move on Sami, then he jumps in the ring a third time. He's going to hit him again? No, this time he's doing the Godzilla drop kick. And it's this is amazing. I'm dying laughing. He's just running over Kevin Owens because every time he tries to get there, oh, what's happening to me? And then he gets there at the same time, though, he's so powerful in the ring. And we talked about this before, that whole Nicholas match was kind of polarizing, but everyone who I've talked to paid attention to it. It was I was in the bathroom break, they didn't go to sleep. They were like, this is interesting.
I'm fine with it as a bit. I'm not fine with trashing the tag titles with it. Anyway.
See, I want to get behind it, but I kind of feel WWE trashing the tag titles themselves sometimes.
There was some serious competition for the tag titles the last several months.
Well, here's the thing. I agree with you. There is some definite serious competition for the tag titles. But just like we said a minute ago, they're not utilizing that tag team division. Like the Revival, if anyone was watching NXT, and you know this, it's one of the greatest tag teams in the world, and they're being severely underutilized on Raw.
Yeah.
They're not using them to their full potential. You have Anderson and Gallows, known all around the world, in-ring technicians, not doing anything with. And you give the potential to do something with them, but then you drop the ball. When they reformed Balor Club, and they came out, and everyone's excited, even they were excited. I still remember that Raw with Balor, you're going to do a 6-man tag tonight. You're going to come out with Anderson and Gallows, and they're walking through the hallway, and they're all visibly excited, yeah, we're about to do this. We're all about to do this. We're about to be the club. They get outside, do the whole Balor Club thing and everything like that. But what happens 2 weeks into this? They just drop to the wayside. They could have ran with that, done something with it, helped them get the tag titles with Balor, throw a belt on Balor, where they're actually the club like they were in Japan, but they don't utilize it. So I feel so I agree with you. I feel they did kind of do a little bit with the tag title, but at the same time though, I feel they're doing a disrespect to the entire division. Right now, there's no real tag competition going on, and they're led up to WrestleMania or going on right now. Hopefully they change it soon, but it's just not good.
All right. Well, speaking of tag teams, Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel run into Seth Rollins backstage. They're like, "All right, let's be the Shield. It'll be great." They're wearing Shield T-shirts, I assume.
They're actually wearing Seth Rollins Burn it down t-shirts. Monday Night Rollins.
And did Rollins say hard no?
Well, pretty much they were like, yeah, like we could be the new Shield, and they sucked their fist out, and he was like, yeah, guys, it's a hard no. He just like walked out.
That's good. Furthermore, speaking of tag teams, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre against Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews. Ziggler and McIntyre go over. How'd they look? They're looking good?
They're looking good. Like, I watch NXT like all the time when I can, but I missed the run where Drew McIntyre kind of like showed up and everything like that. In this match, he looked powerful, he looked dominant. Dolph looked good. They gave the guys the work, and then afterwards they cut a great promo where Drew McIntyre called the guys in the back like lazy and complacent and whatnot. And I was like, holy shit, maybe they are lazy and complacent. He sold me on this, okay. And he cuts a great promo. Like, I give Drew McIntyre credit. I'm happy for his like second run here in the WWE, and I feel like he's grown a lot. His in-ring ability's gotten so much stronger. His mic work is awesome and everything like that. And the dude's like, he's awesome. He's great stuff. And I've been watching interviews with the guy. Like, he's a Power Rangers fan as well. He works out to the Mighty Morphin theme music and everything like
Drew
that.
McIntyre?
Yes, yes. If you haven't got a chance, so, a little bit of plug right now for Sheamus. Sheamus has his own YouTube channel where it's working out with Sheamus, where he goes to WWE superstars and they go over different workouts and whatnot. It's actually really good. Like, I've watched myself trying to lose weight, do some CrossFit and whatnot. It's actually some good, intense things. And he does a workout with Drew McIntyre and Jinder Mahal. And they talk about their playlist, what music they listen to, and everything like that. Huh. So if you get a chance, check out Sheamus' YouTube channel. It's actually really good. So yeah, so they cut their promo and everything like that. And it's not like, I was a little bit worried that, okay, Dolph Ziggler will be the mouthpiece and Drew McIntyre will just be the muscle. No, he holds his own. He can talk. He can like promote himself. He promotes Dolph, and they look good, and so they look solid. I'm really interested to see what they're going to storylines get involved in.
Chad Gable beats Jinder Mahal. What do you think about this match?
So Kurt Angle has like this like moniker back when he was like in his peak form of being the wrestling machine. I feel Chad Gable can get to that level. His in-ring ability is amazing. He's a natural athlete. He's so quick, so fast, so strong, and I feel he has like the greatest potential. Like, as I was watching this match, like, it's interesting. The other matches that we talked about, like some of the like throwaway matches, like Elias versus who's like
Bobby Roode.
Bobby Roode again. That's I can barely remember it. Was kind of like, okay, I'm just watching this, but this. Again, it was kind of a throwaway match, but I was intrigued. I was enthralled. Like, the storytelling of the match was so good. It was fun to watch, and it's actually a really, really good match.
Good.
So I hope they just give Chad Gable something to do, but it's a great match.
There's like some interviews and shit. Samoa Joe hypes his match with Reigns.
Which I kind of want them to slow down on, because they've had him on SmackDown doing the same thing now, where he's just like cutting these promos, again, talking on Reigns. I'm like, I don't want to do it too much, because I think it's going to be called what I'm now called the Bray Wyatt effect. If you do it every week so much, it gets old and stale. So I'm hoping that they'll slow down with this and not do it as much all the time. Because like, he's cutting amazing promos, but just using few in between. Far and few in between.
Jessica Francis also was watching Sheamus's exercise channel, and he has liked her comments. Good for you, Jessica.
Nice.
Sheamus and you're gonna be friends. All right, I'm just looking at your comments here.
Oh,
Primetime wants the Elite. Oh, you're talking about a side. Okay, if WWE and New Japan decide to do a pay-per-view, what matches would you like to see? I mean, that's, you can't eat. I'm not even gonna tease myself thinking about that shit. Who knows? Who knows what'll happen? So we hit the main event. You already kind of hit a couple of big points. Lashley and Strowman beat Kevin and Sammy. Wasn't Jose? Was this the main event? No, that wasn't the main event. It was just there, though.
Yeah, there was one point where No Way Jose comes out. He's supposed to have a match with Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin comes out and was like, I'm not going to fight you. You're a joke and blah, blah, blah. We don't take this seriously. I'm a serious competitor. I'm all about here to give my respect. I'm about the two C's, cash and championships. And so pretty much he walks away. No Way's away. Well, he's gone. But guess what? We're still going to party. He begins to dance his way up the ramp, sends his posse to the back, and as soon as he turns his back, Baron Corbin runs out and attacks him from behind.
And I gotta say, that shows a real lack of sportsmanship on Baron's part. Attacking from behind.
Shame, Baron. Shame. How do you feel about this potential storyline for him feuding with No Way Jose?
I don't like anything to do with Baron Corbin. I find him boring.
I agree. And I feel bad for Noah Jose, to be honest, in all this, because it reminds me when Baron Corbin showed up and he feuded with Dolph Ziggler, and it kind of like brought Dolph Ziggler down a step or two.
Yep.
I feel like with Noah Jose, no one wins in this situation. No one at all. And if anything, this hurts Noah Jose's debut, and he's going to get him going the way of Ty Dillinger if they do something right.
We were talking earlier today about Miss Alexa Bliss, and apparently she has augmented herself, which I disagree with. But I need to find this little promo. We got a special anti-bullying message from Alexa Bliss, and she's complaining about Nia Jax. And like I said, I haven't even seen it yet, but it sounds hilarious.
It was good. It was good. She goes on about how the women locker room to stand up to Nia. It was actually it was a nice little segment. Like again, her mic skills are on point. Her promos are amazing. Like she's doing good stuff right now. So it was fun. It was cool.
Seth Rollins and Finn Balor versus Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. Seth Rollins and Finn Balor were able to overcome the obstacles.
Oh yeah.
And beat Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel. How did they come out? What music did they come out in? Do you remember?
Oh, good point. Actually, I don't remember what music they came out to.
Somebody, again, on Reddit, said this would be the perfect time for Tammy and Sandow to come back and be the Mrs. Stand-in.
Oh.
But that's not that.
Oh, that is brilliant. Whoever said that, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Oh, in prime time. Oh, yeah. Prime time, you're right. But I gotta be honest with you, though. This match kind of bored me.
I mean, we knew they were going to win.
They were, but we've been seeing them like wrestle these guys for the past like 4 weeks now.
And was there any heat between Seth and Finn?
Not at all. Not at all. That's what I thought they were going to play around with. They just tagged, beat the mess out of them, and wrapped it up and called it a night. So it was kind of a waste of two amazing talents. So yeah, that was boring.
And then we have our 10-person tag match that was the main event of the show.
10-woman tag match.
I'm sorry.
So it was awesome. We had Bayley, Sasha, Nia, Ember, and Natalya versus Mickey, Alexa, Ruby, Liv, and Sarah, the Riot Squad, and a 10-woman tag match.
You knew all of their names without even looking at the...
The women's division is fun to watch right now. I'm enjoying the women's division.
What's funny is you put all the face people in order that they had it on in the article.
Oh, nice. Well, it was also on the screen for a minute, too.
Was it?
Yeah, help me out.
All right, then.
There it is.
Oh, look at that. There we go. Okay, well done.
Good job, producer. Good job, man. You minutes.
I can't look at more than one thing at a time. So check it out. The bad guys won by disqualification. Yes, is that how?
Yeah, but the way they won was just so... they didn't really win. So pretty much what ended up happening
That's right.
They have this like match, they come out and everything like that. It's an okay match. Like the storyline kind of started with as Bayley came out, Sasha came out after her, and Bayley got kind of like that sad look on her face that we saw like a moment ago on the screen. And so they're still teasing at this whole Bayley Sasha feud. Still not really developing it though. She just had a look on her face. It was like, oh man, she's coming too. It was like, bro, you knew this from the get-go. The match was booked, but all right. And they have a match going back and forth with the heels. The Riot Squad are looking better in the ring every week. Liv Morgan was looking awesome. And then they tag in. So the faces are like losing at one point. Sasha gets the mess beat out of her. And at one point, they get the hot tag. They get Nia Jax in. She comes in, starts going to work on them and everything like that. And at one point, the whole match kind of like disintegrates and falls apart. The girls are like brawling on the outside. And then, for the love of God, I don't know why they decided to do this. All the girls are brawling. And then all of a sudden, Nia Jax is on the ring apron. And she decides to run and jump into the whole pile of girls.
Well, I mean, we did that so we can be excited about our women's champion. Look what she did. I mean,
She took out 8 other women.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, sorry, take it back.
9.
7 other women. So Nia does this, take out 7 women herself. But while this was going on, Mickie James was kind of like off to the side, and Natalya was like on the ground because apparently she had like hurt her leg or whatever. Natalya's trying to get back up, and as Natalya's trying to get back up, Mickie does like a running baseball slide, goes into Natalya, knocks her on the ground, and she's hurt bad. The refs are trying to help her, everything like that. Mickey's laughing in the ring, but you forget who Natalya's new best friend is. If you didn't know, Ronda Rousey shows up. Sorry. Ronda Rousey shows up, comes out to help Natalya get up. While she's helping Natalya, Mickey kicks Ronda in the back, and Ronda looks at her with that same look she gave Stephanie McMahon, gets in the ring, and makes Mickey tap. And then after this, Raw ends with Ronda Rousey carrying Natalya up the steps, and credits roll.
Natalya posted a neat picture, which was this picture right here, and then the other side was Piper helping Brett to the back after the WrestleMania, I believe, 8 match.
Oh, wow.
It was neat. It was a neat little thing. Craig in Primetime pointed out that they came out to the Mrs. Music. Mr. Raj came out to the Mrs. Music.
Oh, dope.
All right.
Thanks, guys. So what do you think about that final match?
I did actually see that. I thought it was fun.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I thought it was interesting to have that as the main event going into this Greatest Royal Rumble that they are not going to be a part of.
Yeah, sadly. I gotta admit though, like, because I was thinking about this today as we were getting ready for the show. I was just thinking about like after WrestleMania storylines and how like usually it's like after WrestleMania we come back with like all this energy and juice and we start like some new storylines and get like really excited for the year, or you just get kind of interested to see where things are gonna go. And I kind of feel like right now, I don't know, I'm not really that excited. Like we've got some amazing talent being shifted around and everything, but I don't feel like there's many like strong storylines.
Well, it really helps that the Universal title on Raw is still the same program, technically, until maybe Roman eventually wins it. I don't know, there's talk that he might not even win it on Friday, which would be a neat little switch. I'd love it. Maybe get Joe to finally take it somehow. I don't know.
Yeah. Or Strowman.
I think Strowman should wait. I think it should be WrestleMania.
He might get it by
maybe SummerSlam.
Yeah, I was gonna say he might get it by SummerSlam. Because you're right, he is red hot right now, and people are loving him. So he might get it by SummerSlam.
I'm checking out my eyes. I can't do it like The Rock. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, there's nothing. It's hard to get excited about the new story when the main story is the same story that we have been watching.
Yeah.
I want to talk about, before we go to SmackDown, I want to go over the Greatest Royal Rumble card. There's a lot of stuff here. The Undertaker versus Rusev in a casket match. We're picking Undertaker, yes.
Yeah.
I find John Cena versus Triple H to be very interesting because either of these guys could win.
I know, and honestly, like we talk about matches of the night, they could do something. You got to remember, these are two like the best wrestlers, not greatest wrestlers of all time, but these are two amazing wrestlers who have been holding down the business for so long. Triple H understands ring psychology. John Cena is a workhorse and everything like that. They'll want to put on a great show. So this could actually have the potential like to steal the night.
I've certainly been wrong before, but I don't think this is going to be the match of the night.
Well, okay, so what do you think? So let's go through the card and tell me what you think is going to be the match of the night.
Okay, all right. Cedric Alexander is going to defend the Cruiserweight Championship against Kalisto.
That's your match of the night?
No, I'm going.
Oh, okay.
The Bludgeon Brothers defending their the tag titles against the Usos.
That's your match of the night?
Stop saying that. Cedric's going to retain, yeah?
Yeah, probably.
And I would imagine the Bludgeon Brothers are going to retain.
Still going to retain, yep.
For the Raw Tag Championships, Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy face The Bar.
That's it. What's your prediction?
Bray and Matt, right? I feel that I think to give it to The Bar again, after all this, talk about, the same story.
Yeah, and The Bar are on SmackDown now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that too.
So, I would say, yeah, I'm with you. I think Bray and Matt are going to win it. But if The Bar won it, I would be surprised.
Oh, you're 3 times. Thank you. My OCD is acting up. Jeff Hardy versus Jinder Mahal. Again, not my match of the night, but I see Jeff Hardy retaining. Especially now since Shinsuke has turned evil. I think AJ Styles and Shinsuke are going to...
No, but I don't know. The reason why I don't know is because if this was SummerSlam, like a match of the night, or like have these guys still a show at like this kind of like pay-per-view / house show type of it. So I agree with you. Like when I look at it on paper, like I'm not calling it right now, but I would say John Cena, Triple H has potential to be. Shinsuke and AJ Styles has potential to be. But again, I'm not sure if they're actually going to like run with it with these guys, like do what they want to do. I kind of feel like we talked about after WrestleMania, this is going to be an ongoing storyline. Kind of like when we watched those like Chris Benoit, like Kurt Angle matches back in the day. and like each time the match kind of got revved up and keep getting better and better. I kind of feel like this will be good, but this will be like our act 2, and we're still waiting for our grand finale before we get the really, really great match from these two.
Now, if the finale is act 3, and this is act 2, and obviously with all good stories, the good guys have to win. Does Shinsuke take the title?
I would not be surprised if he did, because he's using like cheating tactics right now. He could sneak by and get the win, the Dirty Heel win.
I kind of feel that he's going to. A ladder match for the Intercontinental title. Seth Rollins defends versus Finn Balor, Samoa Joe, and The Miz. This is the only one besides, this is the only one that I think I could be wrong about in the fact that this could in fact be the match of the night. The only thing against these guys, the major thing against this match is how fucking awesome the TakeOver match was.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. After the TakeOver match, when you had guys that are trying to prove something, they're putting their bodies on the line and whatnot. With this match, I just don't I don't see it, because it's just like, I love The Miz. The Miz is amazing. He's
Mags,
an
can
awesome
you put
heel.
that back up, please? Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You're talking about this.
I would say The Miz is amazing. He's an awesome heel and everything like that. But The Miz does wrestle very safely, so we won't. I don't feel they'll see The Miz with like some of those like high spots and whatnot. Seth Rollins is a fucking madman. He'll jump off anything. So yeah, he's gonna be doing stuff. Samoa Joe is a brawler. He's a bruiser. I don't know how fair this match. Like, I know he's had ladder matches in other places therefore, so I'll be interested to see how he deals with this. And then Finn Balor, I really haven't got a chance to see him in this type of match either, so I'll be interested to see how this is going to go. I will say this though, like, who you gonna call for the win?
I don't know.
For me, anybody but Seth.
Okay, all right.
Because honestly, like, if Samoa Joe gets it, Joe gets a belt, and I feel Joe deserves a belt right now. That would be freaking awesome.
But I think they're putting Joe into the main event. I think they're pushing Joe against
Roman?
Whoever, yeah, probably.
True, and I would like to see him do that with the Intercontinental Championship and like have some fun with it. But like, Joe would be awesome. Finn Balor, I wouldn't mind seeing Finn Balor get it.
I wouldn't mind it either.
It would be cool to see him get the belt again.
Seth did what Orton did. He got his little, okay, I'm a Grand Slam champ, now give it to somebody who needs it.
Exactly.
The reason I asked for this graphic to come back up, I don't care for Finn Balor's hair.
Oh my, all right.
I said it. Probably unpopular. And his beard. If he didn't have those abs, I'd be like, who's this fucking guy?
It's funny, like last time we did this, I think it was Tony who said he looks like a little Amish boy when he eats his little
Oh, I didn't see that.
And I was like, damn, Tony, you're right though. But damn, Tony, oh,
all right,
you're still right though.
Yeah, his hair's weird.
So yeah, if The Miz wins, it's going to be cool because The Miz is on that track to be like the long-reigning Intercontinental champion. So I will say this though. My prediction is if Jinder beats Jeff Hardy, then The Miz is going to get that Intercontinental champion. Well, somebody from SmackDown will win the Intercontinental championship.
I think didn't on Raw Jinder says he wants to win the US title and then take it back to SmackDown?
Yep. But he can't control what shows he goes to. He just with the belt. And Kurt was like, that's not happening.
Finn is always having a bad hair day, Jessica. Always. She also thinks Seth or The Miz is by the way. Right. What else for the girl? Oh, and of course, okay, Lesnar and Reigns. As much as I would love it not to be the case, I would imagine that Roman's going to win again. Mm-hmm. And, you know, I know that they needed it to make us care about the WrestleMania match more, but man, if you're going to have blood, save it for the steel cage match. Because now, I mean, I can't imagine they're going to have blood again.
Yeah, because they don't usually do it twice in a year. And I'm not even sure how it works in Saudi Arabia too. Like, would they be okay with that, or how would that go over? Who's your prediction on?
I think Roman's going to
win. I think Brock's going to win.
Wow.
Because I think they give that contract extension. I think he's going to win.
But how long do you think he's going to keep it?
I think he'll lose after the next one. At the next pay-per-view, he defends of that.
To whom?
That I don't know. But I think he's going to lose the next one that he defends of that. And they might do like a four-way type situation to protect him. So I think he'll lose it there. But we've got one match, though, that just got announced tonight. Daniel Bryan versus Big Cass.
Oh, that's
Your
right.
second favorite wrestler after Baron Corbin.
I don't care for Big Cass. So I guess he was all suited up. on Raw? You looked at Raw and Smackdown?
Yeah, he came out in a suit, and it was like looking like Miz, tall Miz in a way, everything like that.
Did he have a haircut or anything? He
just had it tied back in a man bun.
Yeah, man. Oh, that's a true heel move.
Yeah, it was like a man bun or ponytail, but it just didn't look good.
Oh, okay.
And I will say this though, so we'll get to that. So, that one, I think Daniel Bryan's going to win. And then so after that, we go to the SmackDown, and SmackDown opens up with the Miz coming out and cutting an awesome promo.
Hold on. We're just gonna skip over that Royal Rumble match.
My bad. Sorry.
Daniel Bryan's gonna win anyway. Blah, blah, blah.
Sorry.
Any surprises? Is there anybody?
Well, it's 50 people.
I know. That's a lot of people.
You are in it. I'm coming out of 37. Aren't you coming out of 43? Sorry, 44.
Double K 44. And I don't even know. I
see here. So I think we'll get some old timers who will show up. What old timers would you like to see show up with this?
You know, I keep thinking of Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and now I'm thinking of him trying to start a USA chant in Saudi Arabia.
Oh my God! Why are you doing these things?
I don't know. Bring Brutus back. Come on. For a Royal Rumble?
I could see Booker T showing up.
Do the whole. Aren't JR and Jerry Lawler doing the commentary? I think they're doing the commentary.
And
yeah, Booker T makes sense. Throw him in there.
Yeah. Who else could maybe show up? This could be the return because we know Chris Jericho's showing out. This could be the return for Neville. Because Neville apparently did resign or something along those lines, so that could be a good return for him.
Did he? When did you hear that?
Well, I've been hearing rumors about him supposed to be trying to work out his contract or something like that, so this could be his return.
I don't know why he's so unhappy.
I think because he didn't like the push he was given on 205 Live, even though he was like the champion of the show, but I just feel he liked the way it's all panning out for him.
I think he should have stuck with it.
Yeah, I think so too. He was actually helping that division out. Like, he did a lot of great work with that belt and everything like that.
And he was spotlighted.
Yeah. He was a champion. And he was spotlighted through every pay-per-view.
Great Khali. That's a good point, Matt. Is Khali coming in there?
Oh, that's a good call. Great Khali could show up.
Man,
he did show up. He did show up for a junior last summer, so he could show up again.
If he wins,
Big Show could show up.
Yeah, Big Show. Mark Henry's going to be in it.
Who else? Kurt Angle's probably going to be in it too.
But I like Daniel Bryan winning.
I don't want him to win it.
Why don't you want him to win it?
Because I want to win the Royal Rumble.
You see, that's interesting because we don't think of this as a real Royal Rumble.
Because it's not, because you get a trophy. When you win the Royal Rumble, you get the main event at WrestleMania. If you're going to win the greatest Royal Rumble, you should be getting something close to like the greatest prize you can get. Like maybe get the main event at SummerSlam, or we get like a championship opportunity if you're choosing or something. But just to get a trophy, it's kind of like, really? If they gave it to Daniel Bryan, it's like, no, that's even more of a slap in the face when you didn't allow him to win that year when he should have won the Royal Rumble to go to WrestleMania. Instead, you didn't give it to him that year. So I don't want, I was just seeing it as a slap in the face for him to win it. And I feel like, yeah.
All right,
but then again, though, he might, though, because you're doing the whole story. Like, he'll beat Big Cass, and then he'll go into the Royal Rumble, and then beat up everybody there, and then win. It's like, he won twice in the night again. He's back. And it's like, yeah, but all he got was a trophy.
It's interesting. I don't know who's going to win. So you were talking about SmackDown.
Okay.
Miz TV.
So SmackDown opens up. The Miz out there cutting his promo.
Look at that guy.
Mm-hmm. He talks about like how he's grown as a man, how he's having his child. He's decided to sell his grievances. How all these different things. He's like, you know what, Dan Bryan, if you want to come out here and beat me up, sure, you go ahead. I've seen my daughters, maybe growing as a man. Maybe you don't have the same relationship with Birdie. Maybe you're not the same type of father. It's like, oh, low blows, Miz. And so he's supposed to do this interview with Daniel Bryan, but instead of Daniel Bryan coming out, it's Big Cass.
Boo.
Boo. So Big Cass comes out to his new theme song. He gets in the ring.
How's this theme song?
It's kind of like the generic like big guy theme songs, like boom, like deep beats and stuff like that. He gets in the ring. He starts cutting this whole promo about like how he's tired of Daniel Bryan stealing his spotlight. It's like after like tearing his ACL and being on the show for months, on the day he gets announced of his return, guess who also gets announced of his return? Daniel Bryan, and blah 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 and everything. And it's not fair. And it's like, you know what, Daniel Bryan's a chump. It's like, you know why he goes out here and tells you Joe Schmoes that your dreams will come true, but you know what, your dreams don't come true. It's like, you know why? Because I used to be that Joe Schmo. I was a kid. kid. I got bullied. I got picked on, everything like that. And then one day, I said no. I stood up for myself. I grew 6 feet, 7 feet tall, and I was able to fight back. But you know what? It doesn't work out like that. Which I found hypocritical. Was like, but didn't work out for you? If you just said you were Joe Schmo and then you turned 7 feet tall and you beat up your bullies, that doesn't make sense, big ass. Why can't we be like you then? But no, but that's the reason why he hates Dan, because Dan says like your dreams come true when he's just a Joe Schmo and he should be getting all this stuff. And there's a nice little moment though where the Miz like cuts one of his awesome like tearing promos where he's like, where it's like Big Cat's like, I should be one interview. I should be on your show, and the Miz has to call him. I was like, who do you think you are? What have you earned? It was like, I'm a Grand Slam champion. I'm this, this, and this. I am the Miz. I've done this, this, and this. And he like kind of runs through his resume. And what have you done besides go sit on the shelf for 7 months? It's like, damn, he just kind of cut Big Cat's teeth right there. But it was a nice little promo. But then, again, the Miz backs down. Big Cass cut his promo, bad-mouthing Daniel Bryan, and then the promo ends, Big Cass walks off and everything like that. We cut to the back, and right as we see Becky Lynch and Asuka walking out, that's when we see Daniel Bryan on the ground, beat up. So it looks like Big Cass attacked him before he came out and everything like that, which kind of helped set up their match in the challenge for the Greatest Royal Rumble.
I find it odd that Miz would cut down Cass like that. Because they're both bad guys.
Mm-hmm.
Why did they do that?
Let me ask you this, why don't you like it?
Listen, I fucking hate Cass. I hate Big Cass. But he's back, and if for whatever reason the company's decided, okay, we're going to give this guy some interview time to get him over, but you're not getting him over if even the other bad guys are like, no, you actually suck.
Yeah. So I will say this though. Miz cut him down at the very beginning before he allowed Big Cass to go into a solo promo. So he cut him down at the beginning, and then Cass like stood up, showing how big he was, and then Miz backed down, and then he cut a solo promo. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence because I do agree with you. I do agree with the logic of it. Is that having Miz cut him down doesn't really sell him, but I do love when heels don't like heels because I hate it when
sure, that is
like,
fun.
We're bad. I'm bad. You bad. Let's be bad together. Man. But I like it when heels don't like heels, and like, okay, that's cool.
I guess
but I agree with you, though. The logic does make sense. Of the Miz cutting him down does actually work to his benefit.
I guess it, and I didn't see it, but if you say the Miz was like, hey, screw you, or I'm awesome, and Cass got up and Miz backed down, then that's
helps to get back some of his power a little bit.
Okay, I get that.
All right, so then after that, we get another match. We go into Asuka, Becky Lynch versus Billie Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iconics. Billie Kay and Peyton Royce cut a nice little promo where they're making fun of Becky Lynch for her Irish accent. They make fun of Asuka, and they talk about how the fact that Asuka lost to Charlotte, and then how they made Charlotte lose their title. So if you think about it, the logic says that they're better than Asuka. Yay! And they started laughing in the ring, and the audience starts booing them. I'm like, you know what? You guys are getting booed. The audience is reacting. They don't like you. You're doing the heel work. Good job. Can't be mad at you for doing your job. So they come out. They have a nice little match with Asuka and Becky Lynch. They get the heel win where Peyton Royce puts her feet on the rope and gets a 1-2-3 on Becky. And all in all, it's a pretty good match. Like it was just really fun to watch. Like at one point, Asuka and Becky Lynch, Asuka gets the hot tag, starts putting the work on them. They're tagging going back and forth, beating up Peyton Royce. Billie Kay jumps in the ring and looks at them as they're about to go towards her. She's like, nope, and rolls right back out. And I'm like, okay, that's funny. That made me laugh. You hear the audience laughing too. So Peyton Royce and Billie Kay, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're showing up being heels. They're using heel tactics, and they're just kind of fun to watch right now.
Okay. AJ Styles reveals that Nakamura and Rusev will be Rusev Day, which I guess includes Aiden. Will face AJ and the Good Brothers. So they're going to beat up Rusev Day and Nakamura.
Their favorite thing. Let's beat up. Oh, not John Cena. Rusev Day.
It's so weird to see the club go back and forth.
It is. And go back to like, now go to this former leader of Bullet Club.
Yeah.
This former leader of Bullet Club.
As long as AJ and Finn are on different shows, they've got a home.
Yeah.
The Good Brothers have a home.
I gotta be honest, I kind of don't like the way they were used right here.
The club?
Yeah.
So what happened to that? I think I read what happened to that match. They did kind of job out. It was kind of that thing where I know I can get to you because I can beat up your loser friends.
Yeah. But and I think the problem with this is I think the WWE lost a moment for a good storyline though right there. Like they should maybe announce that AJ was gonna have a match that night and with like, with Shinsuke or whatever, and then AJ like they tagged him up like these like two other faces or whatever, gonna have a match against these two, and then Shinsuke has to like get two partners, and when Shinsuke comes out, he's like, I've got my own partners. Maybe you'll know who they are, and it comes on as the club.
Yeah.
So now AJ going against Shinsuke in the club, and it's like you got this whole storyline we could go from. It's like, wait, you guys are my friends. Why are you upping on Shinsuke? And it's like because we got when you left, when they traded us to Raw and you went to SmackDown, you became a champion. You left us behind. We're supposed to be brothers. You went to all the success and everything like that, but you never mentioned us. You didn't call for us to come over. You didn't try to make a trade. We were there struggling on SmackDown, on Raw. We went through all these adversities and whatnot, and you didn't look out for us. But you know who looked out for us as soon as we got here? Shinsuke. Or like blah blah blah, and like they think of that play with this, they add a little bit more like brotherly conflict to it. I just kind of feel like WWE lost a chance for another storyline.
Sure, but that would have the club against the club. I don't want that. I want the club united.
See, that's the thing though. I want the club to get united, but I want to go through some adversity and they come out united at the end, where they kind of work their way through it and build through some adversity and whatnot that make you care about them a little bit. Because I honestly think Anderson Gallows, because right now if they're tagging with AJ, their faces, I think they work really good as heels. And then they can kind of like go through that heel route to become faces in the long run.
I remember when Hall and Nash went to WCW, and Trips and Sean were together, and the commentators were kind of nudging Sean about all of his friends leaving him, which was odd because they were acknowledging WCW, which was tough to do at the time, but they had to. And I remember Sean saying, don't remember the exact words, but I remember expansion. He said, don't confuse expansion with disillusion, which means that, our group is not only here, our group is over there, and we're running the wrestling world. I thought that was cool. So the club could do that too.
They could do that.
We got RAW and Smackdown.
They could do that. But, I mean, it's the club versus, but down there they're called the club here. Over there they're called Balor Club.
Right. Which,
he
doesn't have anything now. There is no Balor Club.
No.
Well, except for us. We're all part of the Balor Club. Everyone's included in the Balor Club.
I'm Bullet Club.
Okay, fair enough.
Bullet Club. Also been a club. But here's the thing. Let me ask you, what do you think of this t-shirt?
The rainbow one?
No. The OGBC shirt.
I think he can do whatever he wants.
I think they could. I just don't think it looks good. Like when I look at it,
okay,
like,
fair enough.
I think we can. When you compare that to the awesomeness of a Bullet Club T-shirt, I'm just like, it looks too boring to me. Like, I'm sorry, this just kind of sucks. That's just me.
I mean, it's like I think I said this pretty recently, but a friend of mine said Kevin likes wrestling T-shirts that don't look like wrestling T-shirts, and I wouldn't be able to wear an OGBC. It's just too 44.
Yes,
all of this 4. Jimmy Uso beat Rowan. So I guess that goes with the singles match before the tag title means that they can go back to the Bludgeon Brothers will win because that's the rules.
And it was also kind of like so the way they won it was kind of weird. So last week Naomi came out and like defended and saved them. This week before they go out, she's in the match where she says, I'm scared for you guys. Like when I look in their eyes, I don't see anything. It's like I'm just worried about you. And they're like, look, we got this. And they do like their special handshake, husband and wife, hug and kiss and everything like that. But the right during the match though, where like the Bludgeon Brothers are about to put the whooping on them, Naomi comes out to her music, does her whole routine, comes sliding down, and it's a distraction. It gives the Usos a chance to get the upper hand and get the quick pin, 1, 2, 3, and so they kind of steal one from them and then they run back. So, I mean, it was interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it because like their wife is involved now, so I'm like, does this mean the Bludgeon Brothers will bring out like a female member to deal with Naomi at some point or whatever? But it was interesting.
I think it's all right. I think it's a good dramatic effect when it's like, I don't see anything. I'm afraid for you. I'm good with that.
That was cool. Yeah.
What happened in the Charlotte and Carmella?
So Charlotte comes out. She cuts a nice little heel promo where she talks about, which is actually kind of funny. I've always said this. They bring her out first, and she's like, "In what situation do you bring the champion out first? Like, I'm your champion. I should be coming out second. Charlotte should be out here first. Why am I out here? But you know what? Since I am out here, let me address a couple things. Because I don't feel like I got my respect last week. When I won this, where were my chants? Where's my standing ovation when I showed you my clip of how I've done all my accomplishments and whatnot? So you know what? Because you didn't do a standing ovation last week, guess what? We're going to watch it again. And they show it again. They've updated the music a little bit and everything like that. And they show it again, like, oh shit, they're actually going to show this again. So they show her whole montage of winning it and her like celebrating everything like that. And afterwards, she's like, the crowd is booing, boo. And she's like, you know what? I looked around. Not enough of you were standing. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to show it again. It was like, wait, seriously? And Rise, you're going to show it again. Cut Charlotte's music, cut out. Comes out, they do the contract signing. Charlotte's like rubbing, she's like dancing around with the championship belt. It's like Charlotte gets to the ring, like I won this, blah blah. The announcer has to ask her to sit down, to be professional, sit down, be a champion. Charlotte like calmly signs the contract. Carmella goes and signs, but right when it happens though, she grabs Carmella's hair, slams it to the table, knocks the table over, whatever, and crowd pops. And yeah, that we're getting our match, and well, they're going to have their championship match with.
That's at Backlash, which is like 10 days after the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Yeah, we got a lot of pay-per-views coming.
Oh, that looks... I don't like the way that looked. It looked very intense. Okay, Randy Orton, Shelton Benjamin. Is Shelton a good guy or a bad guy?
He's a bad guy.
He is a bad guy. Okay.
I'll take a nap during this moment like the audience did. You go ahead and talk about it.
Well, you know, hopefully... Shelton still has the spark, right?
He does, but it's just, it's like, there's kind of like nothing going on. Because they're pretty much building up a Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy feud. Because as Randy Orton came out, Jeff Hardy came out first, but right where it's like, Jeff Hardy was like halfway through his entrance, his music cuts, and here comes Randy. And then Jeff Hardy stands to the side, kind of like what happened last week, kind of just like, and just walk by Jeff Hardy away. So they're building to a feud between Jeff and Randy. Which I gotta admit is really exciting. Like, you gotta think about it. It's 2009. When did we think we would see Randy Orton versus Jeff Hardy?
It's not 2009. It's 2018.
What?
9 years later.
What? Okay.
Harumph.
So yeah,
I didn't get a harumph out of that guy. New Day in the bar had a little thing.
Yeah, so New Day is in the back celebrating their new book that came out. Which looks like really fun. I kind of want to check out and see what's up. I haven't read any reviews them, but I want to check and see what's about. And Rising are the bar makes their grand entrance onto SmackDown.
Look at each member of the New Day there. They each look amazing in their own respect.
They do.
I love it.
And so, you know, the bar just rubs it about they're not going to be there that long because they're going to win the tag team championships, and then they'll be back on Raw. So that's about what happens. And then they mess up their pancakes and stuff. And they're just like, we hate you guys.
There was a Sanity video package. Daniel Bryan is checked on trainers. He's good to go for Friday. Samoa Joe cuts a promo again, I guess.
Yeah, but it was a lazy kind of promo too. Like, it was like, imagine like in front of this white wall with him doing it on his phone, but he was like sitting on his couch, and it was just another promo of him talking about how Roman's going to lose.
Yeah, I'm tired of those.
Yeah.
So
you need to have a Snapchat filter. Put your life together, Joe. Throw some cat ears on that bad boy.
That would be wonderfully silly. So then we have our main event. The Club versus Shinsuke Nakamura, Rusev, and Aiden English. Look at those guys.
Gotta be real though. The crowd was excited to see AJ, but they weren't excited to see Anderson Gallows that much. They had to throw that Too Sweet up a lot to get the crowd to start cheering for him. That Too Sweet was being used everywhere.
I mean, if they keep shitting on those guys, there's no, I can't get it. It's tough to get excited for them.
No, it is. And so they had an okay match. It was like fun to watch. You know, we got a Rusev Day chance. They're going back and forth and everything like that. Match like kind of falls apart and ends. And Shinsuke gives Gallows the Kinshasa from behind. Gets the 1, 2, 3. AJ gets in the ring, and of course they like wrestle, go back and forth because AJ tackles them. But in the middle of wrestling, go back and forth. You know what Shinsuke's favorite move is? Boink! Punch him with a dick. So he punches him in the dick. He's like, look at him as he riding around the ground. Shinsuke gets ready to do the Kinshasa. Right when he gets ready to do the Kinshasa with AJ, Carl Anderson jumps in the way and takes the Kinshasa from AJ. Saving his life. Well, not really. And so as Shinsuke looks, he's like, look at him like, ha 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 ha. Carl Anderson starts trying to get back up, and Rice trying to get right up. Shinsuke goes through it all again, comes in, hits him with a second Kinshasa as AJ grips his balls, trying to move, and now AJ's distraught because his friend has been beat on by Shinsuke, and now it looks like he wants revenge.
Now, I will say that it was Carl that took the hit for him.
Mm-hmm.
That is a way to get them over.
Yeah. Because it shows him as like faces in a way, protecting their friend. So yeah,
they are, and they are good brothers.
They are good brothers. Too sweet.
Apparently, there was a video package for Andrade Cien Almas. Thank you, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that look?
It looked good. They were just going through his accomplishments. He's like, I'm Andrade Cien Almas, international superstar, blah blah blah, all this kind of stuff. And I'm excited for him to show up. Like, I'm interested to see what he's going to do. Like, I love him in NXT. He had a great match against what was that? Against Anderson. What's his name?
His last one?
Yeah, against Alexander Black. No, what's his name? Aleister Black, yeah. So he had a great match against him in the last NXT takeover. So and I love his manager. Like, the way she does her work around and everything like that. She's so awesome. And so I'm looking forward to him. And her mic work is amazing. And it's
Spike Corona. Spike Corona or something like that.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward when they show up.
Well, here we go. So we're 3 days away from the greatest Royal Rumble, and
Is it really the greatest? But we'll find out. We'll find out come Friday at 9 a.m. Jesus.
I'm trying to pick up one more shift of work. I hope I get it either Wednesday or Thursday, because, man, it's like 5 hours, 5-hour show, plus another hour for pre-show, 6 hours for the greatest Royal Rumble.
I know, it's tired.
Ridiculous.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try to watch it. I'm gonna try to live tweet it. So I'll let you know how it goes. Like, hopefully it'll be good.
All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap us up for tonight. Johnny, I heard somewhere you were on the internet.
I am. You can find me at JohnnyP313 on Instagram and Twitter. You can also find me on Facebook in that hashtag group, our chat group and everything like that. So if you guys want to keep the conversation going, come talk wrestling, talk Power Rangers, talk some of that other cool stuff in pop culture, you can stop by the Facebook group and come join. It's good times.
THS hashtaggers.
THS hashtaggers.
I'm on Instagram and Twitter at Kevin Kittredge. And, Craig, I guess we haven't been doing Match of the Week for a while, but Craig's got a good one. Craig's Match of the Week is Randy Orton and Mick Foley at Backlash 04.
Ooh.
So I think we had some thumbtacks. Did we have we had to have a barbed wire bat too, right? That was a crazy one. Yeah, that was intense.
What would be your Match of the Week if you can think of it?
Can't think of one. Don't feel like thinking one. It's been a long day. Not as long as Friday is going to be, but it's been a long day.
I'll help you out. My match of the week would probably, I just got done watching it. It was the hardcore match with against Edge against Mick Foley. I was rewatching that the other day. And
from WrestleMania?
Yeah, and that was kind of sick to rewatch.
Flaming table.
Yeah, I was like, damn, Edge was like legit back in the day. Like spraying him through that favorite table and everything like that. And you got Lita in the background helping out. And then going through getting those thumbtacks in the back and everything like that. And I was like, damn, Edge was the man back in the day.
Well, why don't we round it out with another hardcore match? Another match with Mick Foley, Triple H at, what was that, the Royal Rumble? Yeah, at Madison Square Garden. That one.
Oh, when he was again, Mick turned to Cactus Jack.
Yeah. He was actually Cactus Jack. Yeah, and the one that really was like people took Triple H seriously.
Yeah, because he got like a lot of respect for like how hardcore he went with it and everything like that. That was great building for Triple H's character too.
Yeah. It was a very important time for him. So I guess that's it, gang. The reason Junior isn't here is because he's watching the Avengers. Jealous.
Is what Junior does.
That's what Junior does. Is that where Joe is too? Do we know?
He saw it last night. Joe was at the premiere.
Joe was at the premiere. All right, fair enough. A buddy of mine was suited up as Doctor Strange.
Oh, cool.
And he met fucking Cumberbatch. Got a couple cool pictures with him and all that shit. What's that? Bernie was there, but my friend Chad was there.
Dope, sick. I'm gonna probably seeing it at a Sunday matinee show because I'm not cool like that. No, I'm joking. I'll be seeing it Thursday night at 7, so hopefully it's good. Fingers crossed.
And I'm sure there's probably going to be some discussion of it somewhere on this internet channel.
Of course, and THS hashtaggers. We'll probably be talking about it there.
That's a good spot for it. Have a great week, everybody.
Thanks
Have fun with the Greatest Royal Rumble. We'll see you next week.
For sure. Deuces.